Hey, everybody.
I'm so excited.
We're back. Damn, P.
I'm sorry.
We're back. As you know, it's those wrestling girls. I'm your girl, Krista B.
And it's Queen PR.
And we are so excited today because today is, P, you want to tell them?
Our 10th episode. It has been a very long journey.
Yes.
And to be at 10, Krista, is like unbelievable.
It says a lot. It says a lot. And I don't think I can see myself on this journey with anybody else.
Same, girl.
Like, it was an instant connection. We just gonna keep it that way.
Yes. Starting at Evolution.
Yes.
And we recorded the next day, and we've been like going ever since. So this episode is a little different because it's not
an all-women
thing. So we want to do something special for our 10th episode. And every time on our social media, we love our followers and our listeners and stuff. They always ask us, like, what got you into wrestling? What made you a wrestling fan? Who's your number one? And all that. So we figure for our 10th episode, it's just going to be super fans just talking about wrestling and recapping the very nostalgic-filled Raw reunion that happened recently.
That was needed.
Very well needed.
Oh my gosh.
It was a very feel good night.
It was. I even had my sister watching it.
Yes, because
she was over it. You know
somebody on the show, even if you don't watch wrestling.
My sister was over it. Kara, I love you. Thank you for letting me watch wrestling. But she was so over it. I even put on Facebook, like, my sister is over it. I have her sitting here watching wrestling. She puts,
and I know you were so hyped
the
about
perfect
everything.
GIF under the comment, which was a Stone Cold Steve Austin laughing, then straight face GIF. I was like, this is so
That's
perfect.
How she felt.
Yes,
that is so perfect.
I was like, oh my God, look at King. She goes, he got plastic surgery? I was like, I mean, whatever. Right, whatever. But yeah, so we have to start with, and I feel like this episode is special because Raw Reunion came at the most perfect time. That ties
really
into these questions that we have to answer.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. So let's start with the first question from Matt Speaks Wrestling on Instagram, and he wants us to answer, when did y'all first get into wrestling?
I first got into wrestling at 6 years old, at the very top of the Attitude Era.
Definitely.
Very top of the Attitude Era. It was like The Rock came out, Rocky Maivia, and if you know, y'all know my I'm Samoan fanatic.
You are.
It can't.
So then you must have really liked on Monday when Roman came out to defend.
I tweeted, don't mess with the bloodline. You don't mess with the bloodline.
Rikishi was there.
Usos. I really wanted John Cena. I really wanted John Cena to dance. But they cut it out because
I was literally waiting for that.
I had my phone ready. I was like, I gotta record this.
They gonna dance?
Look, I was like, I gotta record.
Yeah.
Oh no, damn.
I mean, he rapped.
John
Cena rapped,
and he brought up the Usos mugshots, and I was just like, oh, cool.
I was like, oh, this is how we starting the show. Okay.
That was an and moment.
Yep, you know, me and Letty, my sister, we was like, oh, okay, because shit like that, you know, I have to watch with her because we started watching wrestling together when we were like 6, 7, what's that, like 96, 97, and we were, at first, I wasn't into it, believe it or not, because I was just like, this is so, I was like such a weird kid. I was like, this is so violent. I remember seeing Bret Hart getting thrown through the middle rope and like falling, and I'm like, oh my God, is he okay? And everything just went on normal. And I was just like, no one's going to check on him. Like, he just fell. Like, oh my God. And I was like, I don't understand how I could watch this. And then the storyline started catching me. Like, I was like, okay, The Undertaker, The Rock. I was like, okay, now I'm into it. Because now I'm like, all right, who are these people? And what's going to happen next week?
Right.
Like, when it was must see.
Right. And The Rock drew me in. And then his whole Attitude, everything. And then DX just like, just pulled me.
Yeah.
Sucked me right in. Pun intended. But it was just like, yo, you have all of these characters. Like, it's something you've never seen on TV before. Yeah. And then it started to come, like, my friends. When I was younger, I hung out with all the guys. It was me, my cousin, my god sister. And then we had our god brothers and then all our male friends. Like, it was mostly us and the guys. And we were always, like, that was literally the way we communicate. That was not our text messages. That was our text messages. That was our social media back then. Running outside the next day. Oh my God, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you? Oh my God. But The Rock can beat Stone Cold. No, Stone Cold can't beat The Rock.
Serious
and it was like it was real for us. Like it was like
it was so real. It was so real.
It was like you had fights because they didn't like who you liked.
It was real in my family. Like in my house, you were either a Rock fan or a Stone Cold fan.
Same.
And you could not be both. So I was a Stone Cold fan. My godbrother John, is actually a wrestler now, was a Stone Cold fan. Me and him used to be riding out against all these Rock fans because he's funny. He makes you laugh. But Stone Cold was where it was at. Like that's where it was at. So
I mean, I guess I'm a Rock fan. Like I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't appreciate the art of Stone Cold back then because I really didn't get it.
Okay.
I got the whole middle fingers and fighting the boss thing. Like, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna be like, But when it came down to actual like talking points and making people laugh, and The Rock has that over Stone Cold. He has that.
It's funny though.
He's funny, and rewatching
he's not The Rock.
He's not The Rock.
He's
funny.
Not The Rock. Like I could finally admit in my 20s that I like The Rock. Like it was like a whole moment for me, and I was just like, oh my God, because I was going to WrestleMania 29, and he was gonna be there, and I was like, okay, I'm really gonna cry right now, and I was like, oh my God, I do like The Rock.
She admits it, y'all. She admits it.
I do. And if you look back, and now that I'm older and I listen to some of The Rock's promos, I'm like,
right.
Okay.
And for me, I just caught it right then and there. I don't know why. Maybe we can, if you know Rock promos, then like my mind was probably just there at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. But
what's the first storyline you remember?
My first storyline I remember was the corporation turning on Mankind, and The Rock and Mankind had that I Quit match.
Okay. Oh, that is very that made an impression on you, Krista, because you always bring up that match.
I had nightmares.
Is that your favorite match?
No, it scared
it was disturbing.
me. It scared me.
It was pretty brutal.
I had nightmares. I literally had to sleep with my grandma, and then I couldn't sleep with my grandma because I was just like so.
Oh my God.
So it was a point where it was like, don't go in there watching that wrestling. But like, no, I have to. I'm not going to watch that match. I'm not. And to this day, like I bought, or an ex of mine bought, whoever, I still got it, bought that Rock collection DVD with all of his matches and promos on it.
Oh, that's a throwback.
And this is when we still had DVD players, even though it's not that long ago. And I watched that entire thing except for that match. That's like me watching Mufasa die again. I can't do it. Like,
is it the brutality against Mankind?
I think so, because
that's what I remember most.
Rewatching like that part of the Attitude Era on the app, it was just like, damn, Mankind was just so treated unfairly.
Yeah,
like,
I had such a soft spot for him when I was younger. Like, I remember the interviews that he did with JR and stuff. And I just remember being like,
like he needs a hug.
Yes.
He needs a hug.
I swear, Krista, as a kid, I used to be like, I want to give Mick Foley a hug. And to this day, he probably gives really good hugs.
The thing with Bray Wyatt on Raw Reunion brought me back to.
Oh, yes.
It brought me back to. Oh shit!
I love how they did that. I
was like, wait,
Raw
no.
Reunion.
I was like, wait, no, not. I was like, oh shit!
And then the mandible claw.
The mandible
that
claw,
was so
like
great. That was
you use
so into
your
Bray Wyatt
own.
Right now.
You use his own move, his finisher on him. Like,
so cool.
I didn't know whether to be disturbed or whether to be excited or whether to feel like the 7-year-old girl in me was crying.
Like, no, don't do that to him.
The adult me was cursing Bray Wyatt out, like, meet me outside.
I was more cheering him on kind of thing.
Of course you were. You're sadistic.
But as a kid, I would have been like, leave him alone.
Right. That's what I'm just like, yo, so watching, and then it interrupted where DX helped him win that championship match.
Yes.
So I'm just like, yes, I remember that. And think about it, is even when they got cut off, it didn't draw me. I'm like, all right, what do y'all do in WWE? It was just like, wait, what's happening? Like, and you knew Bray Wyatt was coming.
Yeah.
But I feel like what would have been better or even more dope if Bray Wyatt came and with the lights or whatever, and then the lights go out again, and then Kane comes out or something like that. You understand?
That
like,
with another legend. Ooh,
yes, I feel like that would have been so dope.
That would have been dope, and
but
I would have expected that.
Raw Reunion did not disappoint me
at
all.
I loved all the twists and turns. Like, okay, let's talk about the Divas real quick. I saw into a lot of people thought they could have gotten more entrances and stuff like that, but I like that they were
like where they were,
throughout the whole show. Yes, Alicia, she looked amazing.
She did look amazing,
and I guess she's officially a legend. Good for you, girl. Whether that means you're active or not, that's Good for you, girl.
Let's go, Black Queen.
Yes, you looked amazing. Caitlyn, that was good to see her.
Caitlyn reminded me of J. Rain, who fight because she was like Caitlyn. I did an interview with her. I did a video on her when I was in school. And getting to know her, she was just like Caitlyn was the one who literally inspired her to wrestle. Yes, J. Rain, Jasmine.
Dope.
I got you, girl.
Dope.
And she would show me posters, and she would show me like everything about like she had multiple things of Caitlyn like in her room.
I didn't realize how many diva fans there were out there.
Right, and she was like Caitlyn was the one who kind of helped her mold her craft. Like she was kind of bodied behind Caitlyn and being a wrestler. So I thought as soon as I saw her, I was about to text her like, "Do you see? Oh my God, Caitlyn is back!" But yeah, like it just made me think of her.
Nice,
yeah,
nice. How did you feel about Tori Wilson being the first female 24/7
champion? Kelly.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mind it.
I liked it.
I thought it was gonna go Kelly, and then Carmella would have found her.
I wanted Carmella to be the first woman. I got front.
But I was dope. And Kelly doesn't age. Like, what the hell?
Neither, well, Tori Wilson, but they both look really good for their age.
Yeah.
They really do.
But then I just thought, like, okay. And then you have to realize, Naomi is a legend.
She is a legend.
She's been there with all of them.
She's been around for a while.
She's been there. Yeah, her and Natty. She's been there with all of them. So when I saw that segment,
that was so
it was dope. It was really dope. But I'm like, all right, now we're not gonna jump in on this. You're just gonna sit here and
I like how Melina was like, I just got my license.
Right. I'm like, your license, like this.
The whole night I was like on the edge of my seat. I was just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen?
And we were texting. I even hung up on you at one point.
I was like, oh my God, this is too much.
I hung up on her.
This is too much.
It was some part that came on. I was like, oh, nope, bye. She dead talking.
Blaze.
She was dead. Click, nope, goodbye.
Yeah. My adrenaline was on high the whole time. Alundra Blaze, when she
picked up that garbage can.
Krista.
I was like,
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, I don't know if anyone else thought that was as much of a big deal as I did, but I was just like, oh my God, is she really about to, oh my God. And then the
$1 Million Man music hit.
So good. I don't get, no one have anything negative to say.
And I like how they kept mentioning legends too. I like how Booker T kept mentioning Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
I love, and I know you're going to agree with me with this. And you know where I'm going.
Yeah, just say
Where Road Dogg was like, with China's spirit. I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, me and my sister was like, yes.
I'm like, yes, right. China. Oh, I can only think about if China was there.
Oh, she'd really
like
to be
the
there.
Way that I think she would have been the first 24/7 women's champion.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like the women's evolution probably would have hopefully started sooner if she was still. It's like moments like that, moments like evolution where it's like China should be here. Like,
and it's sad she had to, succumb to her addictions and stuff for her to be recognized. But China, we love you. We know you watching, sis.
And they're paying mad tribute to you. And we always like when DX comes out, so that was great.
Oh, that was, and I knew it. And I kept saying, I'm like, you know what? This would be the perfect time for the Shield to return. This would be the perfect time to hear Dean Ambrose's music hit. Roman Reigns to come back out again. But then I'm like, I have a feeling before I said, oh, I have a feeling DX right here was break it down. So, I was about ready to run to my closet to get my glow sticks.
We should put that in here too.
Yep, sure do. Sure should.
That was a great throwback. Alundra Blaze is a good throwback.
Even though she kind of messed up on her. But she was good.
I mean, just her being a part of shit. She got a little entrance music. Good for you, girl.
They all had their entrance music.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of backlash about Melina's part.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to see her more. And I'm
hoping maybe this opens the door for more divas to come back. Because people, because of the women's evolution, they trashed that era. But, look at all the legends that came back that everybody was, mad excited about.
I was so happy. I was so happy about that.
For all of them. So what legends do you feel like should have been there that you wish were there?
Besides the obvious?
Besides The Rock.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of gassed me a little bit because when Stone Cold came out, it was only 10:52. So I was like, oh my God, there's mad time. Then he started talking about how all these people were here.
His brothers and his sisters.
Then I'm like, is he going to say there's one person missing? I was just waiting.
I was either hoping for Vince.
Shit. I would have liked to see
Vince. I was either hoping for the whole McMahons.
Yeah. It was weird that there were no
McMahons.
I'm actually very happy about that.
I'm sick of seeing Shane, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
Shane. I'm like, yeah.
So
Stephanie, I can always see Stephanie.
And okay, so The Rock, the McMahons.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the whole of APA there.
There was a lot of legends. Oh yeah.
There was only Ron Simmons there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love, can we just sidetrack for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
The Burger King commercial with Alexa
so
Bliss
yeah.
and Ron was just like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I love
good.
this.
I love that.
Who else did I want to see there? I really wanted to see Sable, to be honest.
I don't think she's ever gonna come out as Sable though.
But why was she not? That's how she started. Like, that's her. She's Sable. But, oh, you mean like sexy and voluptuous?
Yeah, because why else would we care about Sable?
Because Sable is literally the ultimate diva. Like, regardless if she comes out dressed scantily clad or not, it's been times where she came out dressed regularly. And everybody would be like, Sable, just to hear that music hit, like that cat rock, right? Like, I
remember
really
that vividly when I was younger for some reason. I do feel like, wrestling was such a part of my adolescent childhood. I feel like I was introduced to almost everything through wrestling. Like, I was like, oh, boobs.
Yeah, puppies.
I see boobs every Monday.
Mm-hmm. Right, like.
Bra and panty. Oh, girls stripping.
I see thrusting and humping every Monday.
I do this all the time at school. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do that. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Like my
all
middle
these
finger
habits
is fine.
that I developed through wrestling and you don't even realize it. Like, if somebody asks me my name, like, in my head, I'm always like,
it doesn't matter, right? Know you're rolling. Shut your mouth, jabroni. Like, of course. What? Yes.
All right, so who were some of your other favorites growing up besides the obvious, The Rock and Mankind and all of them? I want to hear some that like, I might not even remember.
Rob Van Dam for one.
Me too,
girl.
Oh, we were very happy. Was that when we had to hang up because we were just like, oh my God, because we wanted him to come out so bad, and then he finally came out.
Yeah, because I was like, he tweeted, Rob Van Dam is R. He's a RVD is R underscore.
Huge, like, not crush on RVD. I just always thought like he would just be the homie. Like, he would just be mad cool.
He's like your cool stoner friend.
Together.
Yeah, he's your stoner friend.
He don't give a fuck about anything. He's mad cool. Like, that's my type of guy.
He's definitely your stoner friend. His music hit, and I'm sitting there, and I think I was trying to edit a video. Sorry, my nose ring is bothering me. I was trying to edit a video, and all you hear is, first of all, the whole match with Ray and Sammy, it was cool, whatever. But then to hear Rob Van Dam music hit, I almost dropped the damn laptop. And we already know Max ain't cheap. I said, wait a minute. And I ran to the TV, and I'm like, P, I told you. And then Sergeant Slaughter comes out. Oh, that was and cool. Then Hurricane Helms comes out.
I always liked him so much. I always thought he was
Kurt
so
Angle
funny
comes out
to me.
And I'm just like, oh my God. But then I sent you the picture.
What picture?
The picture is like when you buy Avengers
film.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is such a
this is such a random
group of legends, but I'm with it.
I feel like they needed to push them in there somewhere, but it worked.
It worked. It's like they were all there, and I love how Rob Van Dam always looks like Rob Van Dam. Like, he never not looks like that.
Yeah,
like he always looks like himself, which I love.
He does.
So that was dope.
Who else was a legend of mine?
I used to love Al Snow.
Yes, and Head.
Growing up, because I don't know, I just always just liked when he came out. I was just like, oh,
him and Head.
Because back then it was all about the main event. Like, as a kid, I watched for Stone Cold. Like, I literally watched for Stone Cold. Like, everything else was kind of like filler a little bit. It's not like that now. Like, where everything is just like, but he was one person where I was just like, oh yeah, because they come and go. They're not main characters. They come and go. So I'm like, oh, Al Snow. He had those memorable storylines and shit. He was cool.
Mine's was Too Cool.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite one, of course, was Scotty Too Hottie. Because of the fact, every time he would literally, and I still do it to this day. Like, I don't care. I'm even teaching my nephew how to do the worm.
Nice.
Every time.
Very valuable lessons.
Mm-hmm. He'd be like, look, Daddy.
Like, did Krista teach you that?
I'm like, look. I'm like, Cameron, show him. But every time he would do it, and you hear King like, oh, here it comes. It's the worm. W-O-R. And nobody could ever get that wrong on the spelling test. If you watched Attitude Era, you couldn't even know at that time we were kind of older to be spelling worm. But if we needed to, you can never get that wrong on the spelling test. They helped you spell worm. Like, that's it. And then, of course, the dance. I love how they used to bring everybody to dance. Like, they had China and Jericho dance with them. The Dudleys, Lita and the Hardy Boys, Vince. Yeah. Like, and I was so hoping that they was going to do it again. I wanted Scotty Too High to pop up.
Me too. That would have been good.
R.I.P. to, damn, what's his name? That's his name.
He has a name.
He does have a name, and I feel so bad for saying it.
No, because I think it's the King's son, too.
Yeah, I'm going to say to the King's son.
Yep, all of
and
that.
To see King there, I know he was feeling some type of emotions. He had to be.
Probably, yeah.
He had to be.
Probably. It's always good to see him. Like, he is like the voice. Him and JR is like the voices of my childhood.
I really hope JR. I was really wishing JR would have came. But yes, he has other obligations.
Do you listen to his random? Do you listen to his podcast?
Not yet. Girl, you put me onto so many damn podcasts.
I'm like obsessed. But I'm obsessed with I want Conrad Thompson, Bruce Pritchard, and JR and Eric Bishop. They podcast Krista. And I think that's what made Raw Reunion even more special, because I'm like hearing stories about all of these old people, and then Raw Reunion was there, like Jimmy Hart and stuff. I'm like hearing stories about, I'm like, oh my God, him. That I'm like, I would have never noticed that before. But JR, he gets real on his podcast. You could tell he doesn't want to work for WWE anymore, because he's not politically correct about nothing. Like,
I feel like JR was the mankind of like announcers and producers and whatnot.
Give him a hug too.
I just want to give him a hug because he's fucking JR. Right, like, that's exactly. It. Like, sad, happy, mad, whatever.
Right. I'm glad Booker T did a little. I miss him on commentary sometimes. So
Me
that
too.
was dope. That was really dope.
Somebody pointed out a picture about how when Hulk Hogan came out and Booker T and Mark Henry did not clap.
Yes, and then there's one where like Booker T makes a like a face or some shit behind him. I mean,
it is what it is.
Conflicted when no, I'm not conflicted. Fuck Hulk Hogan. But when that music hits,
yes, I was singing the music because it's so iconic. He comes
out, there is that like you can't fight that nostalgic feeling. Like, he is wrestling. Like, he is wrestling. You can't deny it, and he is a big part of my childhood too. He's the first wrestler where I knew who Hulk Hogan was before I knew what wrestling was. I was just like, right,
because of the movies.
He's the
and
big
stuff.
Muscly.
I never knew he was a wrestler, to be honest. I knew who he was through the movies that he was doing. And then I was like, oh, he was a wrestler? Oh, okay.
That's because I didn't watch WCW or anything like that. So I was like,
why would you? Girls.
Yeah. Right? No. And now that, so I'm glad Ric Flair was there.
Woo!
And that was...
And I'm surprised Charlotte wasn't.
No, she wasn't there.
I'm surprised Charlotte was not there.
I like how they intertwined... like the legends and everything. I wish Bubba Ray Dudley was there.
That's what I was thinking, and I was trying to tweet him, but I couldn't find his freaking @ name.
I was like, Devon, you cool. I like you.
But the only reason why Devon's there because Devon's a producer.
And where was Edge? I love you, Christian.
Fuck what I was saying.
I actually love Christian a lot, but Edge, were you
right? Like, come on now. Nobody was gonna put you on, on top of a briefcase and curb stomp you.
He was gonna run into Becky again because Becky flamed that ass. Flamed. Last time he was there. Yes, Becky 2 belts. Okay, so that's a good segue. She was on A Moment of Bliss. How did you feel about that interaction with Natty?
Yo, Natty
is getting me into it.
Did you see what I posted in the discussion group?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I mean, of course, I don't want Natty to win, but if she won, I wouldn't be mad because she deserves it.
She would deserve it. If there's anyone that I could see taking, and I think Becky would probably say the same, like Natty, I don't think she's going to have a long reign with it. Like, I could see Becky getting it back in a couple months, but like, I wouldn't be mad at that because they're going to put on a great match.
They are going to put on a great match. Or at least I hope. Because sometimes you think, when it's been coming down, and I'm going to be honest, like, Natty's a great wrestler, and she comes from lineage, like, she comes from Legacy, the Hart Foundation. She's amazing at that. But then when it comes to her, them promoting Natty in a match is subpar. Like, she did a good match with Naomi at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I was there. I witnessed it. I was, like, up close and personal for that. But at the same time, it was a lot of hiccups. And I'm just like...
A lot of people say that about Becky.
Yeah, but Becky, I feel like Becky's becoming better with things like Extreme Rules, with the whole jumping on the rope with Lacey Evans and shit.
But that
was Lacey who fucked up, not Becky. So Becky just kind of had to like dance around it to make it look like something.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Lacey now.
Give her away?
Ooh, you're not feeling her. I wonder who her next feud is going to be.
Herself. Next.
So that was good. That whole exchange got me excited about SummerSlam.
Me too.
Okay, so let's go more throwback. What's another Attitude Era moment that sticks out in your brain?
Beer truck.
That's a classic. I think every week, and that's what I miss.
Cement truck.
That
anything with a Stone Cold Steve Austin driving a large object.
Fuck the milk
Zamboni.
truck.
The milk. No, that says Stone Cold Steve Austin, not Kurt Angle.
I was thinking of just vehicles in general that just did a lot. There was always a fucking big ass vehicle in the Attitude Era. Like what was that about?
I don't know.
That sexual innuendos.
Sexual chocolate. How about that?
Oh.
How about sexual fucking chocolate? Like
I remember
Mark Henry. I see you. Just kidding.
I forgot about that. I forgot about PMS. You remember that?
Oh,
Pretty Mean Sisters.
Pretty Mean Sisters, yes.
Okay, let's see some other questions that people sent in for us. We kind of already answered what age we were when we started wrestling. Jacob asks, what wrestler most influenced your decision to be a wrestling fan? I think we said, for me, that was Stone Cold.
Yeah, mine was The Rock.
And
we have to put this out there. Growing up in Attitude Era, there were not a lot of women that we could literally focus off of.
Yes.
It was really mostly the men.
Yeah.
So when we say we're fans of Stone Cold and The Rock, we are not saying we're not fans of women's wrestling. They just wasn't thrown in our faces like they were, like the men were.
Same platform where, and I think that's what was exciting about the women's evolution, because I looked at like Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and Mankind as like these larger than life, like superhuman type, and that is so exciting as a fan. Like no matter how old you are, like wrestling is exciting. So the fact that women were now being presented in that same like larger than life type of, it was very exciting to me. So it sucks that we could look back and it's only men that stick out to us. Like we talk about Sable, but we still put a little asterisk like, oh, she was a diva. Oh, well, she's not gonna be naked. She's not gonna be half naked. So that's what women were in the Attitude Era. Like besides China,
few who were
Ivory, I
like
loved.
even Lita. I don't think many people knows Lita started out as one of Godfather's hoes. She did. It was an episode. I remember it was two of them. It was her and somebody else, and they came down and they were dancing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's Lita. But Lita wasn't dressed like the hoes were dressed. Like she had on shorts and then like a crop top or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, like she's Godfather's hoe.
I wish the Godfather still brought his hoes.
I know, right? I mean, he says it though. He said it with Charlie. Does. I think he kind of inducted Charlie because he was dancing with her.
And I think it's so funny. Me and Latrice find it so funny when we rewatch episodes. And he used to really be like, yo, instead of us having this match, why don't I give you
one of my like you trying to bargain
for half an hour? And I'm like, as a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old watching this, like...
Like, yeah, we don't want to see y'all.
Now it's hilarious. Funny. Now I'm like, yeah, give me one of my hoes and stuff. We don't got to do this match.
Right. Like, but if we want, we can still do this match. I'm still going to take your hoe. Yeah. How about that?
And King and his horrible
King jokes don't ever get old. Mm-hmm. Like, I was cracking up when he was talking about Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson.
Oh, that was good to see.
And when he was just like, he said something about they are embarrassing. I remember they embarrassed us. They asked for a second plate at the Last Supper. I was crying. Yeah. My sister was like, I heard it, but I didn't understand it. I said, what? Listen, like we grew up on this. Like, get it together.
Yo, that was good. It was good to see them. I'm glad they got it. And it did get, like, it's basically the hardcore title without.
Right. Can we just bring the hardcore title back?
Yeah. And I do love how that, who's the champion right now?
R-Truth.
Okay. I didn't watch SmackDown, so I'm like, who's the
I didn't either.
Now? I need the women to get up.
R-Truth won on Raw.
Oh, okay. And
he won at the end of Raw, and Drake Maverick was like, "Oh my God, he has my baby." Oh yeah, my wife is there too. Bro, she helped you win this match the first time. Not, oh yeah, my wife is there. Cha.
That's why he hasn't consummated his marriage yet.
And he was about to. He was so close.
All right. Any other heartwarming wrestling stories you want to share?
What
about a live show moment?
Oh, girl. okay, so my first live show I ever went to, I think I was like 23, 24. It was my first time seeing Triple H and Kane, and this one is Authority. Okay. Triple H and Kane. I don't think Stephanie came out, but I was like way up in the nosebleeds at Madison Square Garden. Like I was like, yeah, never again am I coming up this high. We do not do nosebleeds. We don't do nosebleeds. Bougie. Sorry, no, just kidding. A little bit. I think my best live show. I have a few. The first one is starting with my cousin Cha Cha, my wrestling ride or die. He's lit. And we ended up with the section that we got for SummerSlam. We was right behind the announcer's table, and we was on the side of like the foreign announce team. And when they had the cameras on, I think it was Booker T, Michael Cole, and I think it was Corey Graves. And I'm you see me, like we made it on the TV. Nice. Like you see me, and I'm just like, we're not on the screen. Like you see me pointing this way or that way. And then he called me the next day. He was like, we made it, baby. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, we made it on the screen. I said, you're lying. When? He's like, right when the camera's on him. So I went to fast forward it. And I was like, oh my God, we're on the screen. I feel like I always make it on the TV screen.
You do. Your arm.
My
we
arm
celebrated
when
with
a new day.
That time. Yes. I can't believe I was that close to Big E at one point, and I didn't even
like you dropped your phone. You was like, oh shit.
I did.
Oh shit.
Like, you can even see in the video.
Like shaking.
Oh
but I ended up on my face.
Definitely did.
Ended up in the pictures and whatnot. So I'm cemented in WWE history forever.
You really are.
I'm happy about that.
I feel like there were times where we were being filmed in previous shows, but it didn't, I guess.
We just going to ask for the tapes. We just going to ask for the tapes. Because that day at SmackDown when you were dancing.
They were really like.
They were on you. But I think I looked at the camera and they was like, yep, got to cut that part out. Sorry if that was me. Sorry. So sorry.
Damn, you ruined
I'm sorry. You was into it too.
My 15 minutes of fame.
I'm sorry. You was into it too. But they did look at us. They looked at us. So, and we took a picture with Xavier Woods right after they won.
We went to a lot of good, like we did Evolution, WrestleMania.
Weekend.
We did Raw and SmackDown. I think almost every time they were here. Area. We've gone. At least one of us. And yeah, we always have fun at live shows though. We always end up mad close.
Right.
I don't know how.
Thanks to our good graces.
Yes. And I don't know, shows are always just fun and that energy. Like
that energy is surreal. I just
love it. I remember going to house shows as a kid in Madison Square Garden, and I always just remember thinking it didn't make sense to me because I was so thinking everything was real. So I was just like, okay, so what happens to the storylines? Like the whole time I was just like, why is Kane wasn't he burnt alive?
So why is he
Monday?
Here now?
I just remember that vividly being like, wait, Triple H doesn't like him. Why tonight they're together? Like, wasn't his arm broken? Like, I was always just like, yeah, but I miss that, honestly.
I miss that. I love live shows, house shows. I feel like house shows are a little bit more fun than the live shows on TV because it's much looser. Like it's not it's recorded, but it's not recorded in a sense. Like
it's not like live TV.
Yeah, so you have like the interactions with the Shinsuke and Seth, and Shinsuke's like. And stuff like, don't do it. Don't do it
on house shows.
Yes, like
Triple H done twerking on the house show.
Yep.
Randy Orton.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so we do have to go. This was a fun episode. It's our 10th episode. Oh my gosh.
So insane.
It's so insane.
And we thank all of our subscribers.
We love you.
Followers,
we love you.
Listeners,
we love you.
all of you. You know the deal. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Facebook. Join our discussion group. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter,
everything. And also, Bellas, if you're watching, we will, in honor of our 10th episode tonight, we're going to pop that bottle of Bel Radici, and we're going to salute it to you for you being innovators of this Divas Evolution, this women's revolution.
Just inspiring us to be strong, dope, successful, beautiful women.
And hopefully you guys will make it onto our show and we can pop another bottle with you guys. You're always talking to P. So if you're watching Twitter, this, these are our faces, okay? Girl. Just follow us. Just follow us. Yes. But on that note, I'm Krista B.
It's Queen PR.
And we are out.